Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. So today we are going to have this marathon session on verbal ability for SRCC GBO. We've already had marathons for other sections. Now this is the section in which you can score very quickly, right? In quant, you have to solve questions. In DI, you have to go through calculations and all, and then get the answer. Whereas when we talk about the VA section, it is like you can instantly get the answers uh, in less time. And in the strategy video, also, I told you that if you do not attempt the RCs, then probably you can finish this section in 20 minutes. Okay, so like it's strategically, it is the best section to attempt attempt in the least possible amount of time and then devote time to other sections. Okay, if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's start with the first question. So you will have questions like fill in the blanks, there will be error detection, idioms and phrases, synonym antonyms, okay, parajumbles. Okay, so all these sort of questions would be present, and it is something that you can do very quickly. So, one strategy could be to gain confidence. You can start with the verbal section and attempt questions. And remember that do not attempt too many questions. Don't go into the negative part. Okay. Yeah, this marathon will be helpful for CET as well because there also you get similar kind of problems. So, you need to fill in the right word in this blank. The morning dash was shattered by her terrified screams. So, contextually and grammatically, which word should fit in this blank? So let us look at this. It says that was shattered. Okay, so it should be something singular. Now services is plural. Okay. Now let us think of the context. It is saying shattered. Shattered means something to uh, like be destroyed. Okay. Now routine was shattered by her terrified scream. So let us just assume that if someone is screaming, right, will the routine be affected by it? I mean, just think like if someone starts screaming and it is just like for a moment, right? So it is not like a person will scream for hours and hours that your routine will get impacted. So routine is not the right word. What does tranquility mean? Tranquility means peace, isn't it? So that makes sense. Like morning is considered as a peaceful time of the day. Okay, so if someone screams in the morning, the silence of the morning would be, or the peace of the morning would be affected. So that is excitement. How can you like destroy the excitement of the morning by screams? So the right word is tranquility. Okay, simple one. Let's see the next one. The government failed to dash the steep rise in prices of essential commodities. So the steep price rise in commodities, right? So there's a rise, and what the government failed to do what? Okay, so steep, examine, uh, examine maybe, but examine is not the right word. Examine basically means to investigate certain thing, right? Investigate in the sense that uh, like like अगर आप कोई चीज check कर रहे हो, like if you are basically examining let's say a sample of some product or something, so that is called examine. Okay, debate looks poor word, like debate the steep price. Defend or check, so there will be confusion between these two options, defend or check. See, defend, you generally defend a person, right? For like you defend a person or a theory. Defend means like you are in support of something, you say that no, this is not wrong. Okay, defend करते हैं ना, जैसे lawyer defend करता है अपने client को. Okay, or you defend some theory, you say that no, this theory is right, this theory is wrong. So that is defend. Here the right word that would fit is check. Check the steep price rise. Like so check means in the first place itself you control it. Okay, so control is a synonym. Control, for that control you can use the word check also. So control is also fit, check is also fit. But examine is not fitting because examine means to see something like कोई observation लेना किसी चीज से. So the right word that would fit here is check. Defend is usually for to defend a person or a theory. You are not defending a price. Okay, so the right answer is D. Dash by the female Anopheles mosquito, malaria is common during the monsoon. This is an easy one. For quant, I've already taken one marathon. You can watch it on the channel. Yesterday, no, day before yesterday, I took the marathon, or 3 days back. This is an easy one. It says dash by the female Anopheles mosquito. So mosquito क्या करते हैं? Like malaria is a disease, right? And this is not something that this is beyond your knowledge. You know the part of it, right? So what do the mosquitoes do? They transmit the disease. Okay, aggravate means to like build upon something, right? The pain is aggravating, so if something builds upon it. Inflicted, acquired, no, they do not acquire this disease, right? They are transmitting to human beings. So simple one to answer. Yes, all of you got it right. Okay, let's see the next problem. One of the cameramen was dashed in the leg by a bullet when he was dashed in the middle of a gunfight between the Russian and Ukrainian armies. Aggravate means to build certain thing. Just give me a minute, I'll be right back. So aggravate means to worsen something. Let's say you are already having pain and it worsens. Okay, it becomes more severe. That is called aggravate. Okay, so this blank is an easy one, although there are two blanks. One of the cameramen was dashed in the leg. Okay, so hurt could be one, shot, injured, stabbed, all fit in the first blank. So we need to see with the second blank. When he was dashed in the middle of a gunfight, right? He was entered is does not make sense because we cannot use entered with was. Okay, was caught, possibly true. Was came, right? We cannot use the word was came. Okay, and was trapped. Right now, see this. These are the two possible options, B and D. Okay, first blank में second B or D fit हो सकता है, and in the last blank, the second blank, you can have these two words fit. Now let us understand the context. So he is dashed by a bullet. Okay, so bullet you do not get stabbed. Stabbed by basically आप knife या कोई ऐसे object से stab होते हो, but not with a bullet. So the right answer is B. Okay, you don't get stabbed by a bullet. Stabbed is something which is like usually knife or something which is held in hand and And here also it shows gunfight, so he will be shot by a bullet. If it was stabbed by a knife, then it would have been like the word would have been stabbed if it was knife. The group's mission is to maintain dash peace between the nations and help different people dash each other better. So the group has a mission. So whenever you have two blanks, just see blank by blank, right? Which all words fit in the first blank, which all words fit in the second blank, and what combination fits. Now, maintain peace. Yes, maintain peace is fine. Remain peace, right? You do not remain peace. You remain peaceful, or you do not remain peace, isn't it? Keep peace. That also makes sense. You keep peace with something. Advise peace. Generally, do not advise peace. I mean, that is not a thing to do. Okay, contextually galat hai. Now, let us see the second blank. It says between the nations, okay, and help different people dash other better, each other better, understand or interact. Okay, understand or interact. See, if you use the word interact, interact के साथ with आना चाहिए. Interact with, interact is not used standalone, like interact with each other better. So इसके साथ तो with आना चाहिए. So this does not make sense. The right answer is understand. Okay, so usually the fill in the blanks and all are simple. Okay, vocab could be tricky if you know that sort of thing. But fill in the blanks, most of the times, and error spotting, most of the times, students get them right. So do attempt those questions in the paper. Okay, so this is a simple one. So you need to replace this bold phrase with however knowledge I have, I can say that your argument is not correct. So thanks, Jack, for enjoying this session. With however is a contradictory word, right? So that is not, we know that we it won't come here. By whatever knowledge I have, with what, so the right word that would fill is with whatever knowledge I have. Okay, by is incorrect word here. Okay, it should be with whatever knowledge I have. Whatsoever is also not correct, and I do is not fitting here, do does not fit here, so it should be have at the end, and this is the right one that is fitting. So which part of this sentence has an error? The perception of others, particularly family members, changed when he qualified on a government job. And tell the error also. The perception of others, particularly family members. So the punctuation is right, comma is fine. Changed when he qualified. So qualified on नहीं होता, we use for as the right preposition. Okay, so qualified for a government job. The Foreign Investment Promotion Board is the government body who regulates investment received by Indian factories from foreign countries. The Foreign Investment Promotion Board is the government foreign body who regulates uh, investment received by Indian factories from foreign countries. So it is like again a simple rule of grammar that who is used for people. Okay, who is always used for people, but that is not a person, right? It's a government body. So body does not mean a person. So if it is a person, then it is who. If it is some other thing, non-living being, we use which. Okay, so who and which, that is the difference. Okay, this is a very common error which is often asked. Who use कर देते हैं, or instead of person they mention the word which. Okay, but the person should have uh, the pronoun who. Suppose यहाँ पे कुछ ऑफिसर का मेंशन होता है, द फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफिसर इज द पर्सन विच, तो तब हु आना चाहिए था. ओके, there are four words given here and they are related in some way. Okay, they are either similars or opposites, synonyms or antonyms. You need to pick the option that represents this pair. So they can be both synonyms. I mean, two words, these can be synonyms or these can be antonyms. So tell which pair is the one. These are simple words. Pursue, purpose, dodge, provide. See, pursue means to follow something, right? Let's say you say that you are pursuing or to carry out something. Okay. Let's say you are pursuing engineering, right? You pursue a passion. So pursue means to do or follow certain thing. Purpose is motive. Dodge mean to skip something. Okay, you dodge from the presentation, you dodge from the viva. ठीक है, ये होता है ये किसी चीज को करना और ये किसी को escape करना. So in this you are doing something and this you are escaping something. Okay, so these two are antonyms. Pursue and dodge are antonyms. So in this again, you have to find a pair that is either a synonym or an antonym. Meddle, mean, honor, interfere. So again, a simple one. So synonym antonyms could be of like individual words, or they could also ask sort of like match the following also. They can ask, right? So they will give you one set of words on the left side, right side. They might ask that what is the synonym or antonym. Now in this case, meddle means to interfere with someone's affairs, right? So unnecessarily people interfere with someone, that is called meddle. Okay. So interfere, that is the synonym of meddle. So this is the right pair. So I hope you are enjoying this session. So please don't forget to like this video. Let's now answer the next question. You need to tell the proper and the appropriate antonym of the given word. Camouflage. No, in this case, the options are closed because you will see that they look synonymous. Okay, but you need to know the exact meaning and contextually it should be I would say the antonym. See, these are synonyms, isn't it? Exhibit, demonstrate, all these are synonyms. So you should know the exact thing. So camouflage means to hide something. Hide, and you need to understand the context. Like all these means to show. Like exhibit means to show, demonstrate means to show, reveal means to show, parade means to show. Right? But contextually, camouflage basically you hide something. Like you must have heard of that chameleon. Okay, it hides itself in the color. Like army men, they hide. They wear green sort of. Uh, uniform so that they can hide uh, in the forests and in those battle areas. Okay, so that is called camouflage. So to hide yourself. Now these are all something that show. Like exhibit means basically uh, exhibit क्या होता है like you put some exhibition, you display something, right? But that is not uh, like you are hiding something. उसका opposite नहीं है. Exhibit means exhibition. Demonstrate means you demonstrate an example. ठीक है, कोई आप experiment कर रहे हो, so that is a demonstration. Reveal means this is opposite of hide. Hide means you are intentionally hiding something and you are showing it. But these, although they mean to show something, but that does not mean that the opposite is hide. Like parade is like you display with proud. Okay, like your parade, especially parade is that march past. Also, that is also called parade, but it is means to display also. But although these all four mean display, but not in a uh, like reveal means that you have hidden something and you are showing it. These others mean that you have not hidden something, you are doing for a special purpose. Okay, scurrilous. Heard of this word? Now remember this, like as I said that uh, like although it is less time taking section, At the same time, it is about knowledge, right? If you do not know the meaning of the words, do not attempt the questions, because there is negative marking involved in GPO. ओके, तो अगर नहीं आता है तो अटेम्प्ट भी नहीं करना है, ये नहीं कि जल्दी अटेम्प्ट हो जा रहा है तो अटेम्प्ट कर लो, यू मे एंड अप लूजिंग मार्क्स. So it has to be a strategic attempt. You know the answer, mark it. Like especially grammar and all, people have a fair idea, they can attempt the questions. Fill in the blanks, you can eliminate options and attempt the questions. But vocab, if you do not know the words, do not mark. ठीक है, आता है तभी attempt करना. So scurrilous means to like have like demean someone, right? Or uh, derogatory, you can call it. Okay, the opposite is decent. Scurrilous basically means someone who is like uh, insulted, okay, or has a derogatory image. So the opposite is this. Okay, so this is something which you know, then only you attempt a question. Synonym of contemplate. कंटेम्पलेट करने का मीनिंग क्या होता है? Conceal means to hide. Consider means to consider something. Conceive means to like give birth to someone or start something. Concur means to agree. Contemplate पता होना चाहिए, then only you can answer the word. So contemplate basically means to have like uh, the word here that will fit here is consider. Consider means to give. Contemplate basically means to give thought to something, right? So if you give thought to something, that is called consider. Okay, so you think about something, whether are you going to do this or not. Okay, so let's say you are contemplating to join this college or that college, so that is called contemplate. So basically think about, and not in a dreamy way, but like genuinely, if you think about something, that is called contemplate. Synonym of the word inexplicable. Okay, now is the question inexplicable? So inexplicable, now this is a tricky one. Okay, so at times if you get similar options, then it becomes tricky. So inexplicable means something difficult to explain. Okay. Now word is unconnected. ठीक है, unconnected, probably chaotic. Chaotic is not something which is not explainable, right? Chaotic basically means like something which is uh, like chaos is there is no order, right? So if you are doing it and it something in a haphazard way, that is called chaotic. Okay, so that also does not fit. Now if you unorganized, you can say, so that is called chaotic. Yeah, confusing. Now most of you would answer it as confusing, but this is basically a tricky one. Iska, like if you know the meaning of unaccountable, unaccountable has the same meaning, right, which is difficult to explain. So let's say one is like justify, like unaccountable means that you cannot justify. Another meaning is you cannot explain certain thing. Okay, so let's say you must have heard this, right? The person cannot justify any reason for, let's say, anything. Like, so if you have not done some work, you cannot justify it, or you have a gap year, you cannot justify it during the interview. So that is called unaccountable, right? You cannot justify certain thing, or you cannot explain certain thing. Now, what is the difference between confusing? Confusing can be like you do not yourself understand. दूसरों को समझाना तो अलग बात है. So this confusing means you yourself do not understand. Inexplicable basically means you understand but you are unable to explain it to someone. Okay? So the right word here is unaccountable. Confusing तो वो होगा जो आपको खुद ही को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Inexplicable or unaccountable is something that you know but you cannot explain to others. Okay, confusing is not something that you cannot. So sometimes we use the word confusing, but confusing is for ourselves, the person itself. It does not mean that you cannot explain, or means basically, of course, you yourself do not understand, then how can you explain it? But inexplicable means you understand but you cannot make it understand to others. Okay, so I hope the answer to this was not inexplicable. So here's a phrase which is underlined, and you tell me what is the meaning of the underlined phrase. Discovering a hidden talent for painting was a bolt from the blue for the accountant who had never explored artistic pursuits. Now, sometimes they might give you direct uh, phrase underline and ask you कि ये क्या होता है phrase, or they might give a sentence and ask that what is the meaning of this sentence, मतलब meaning of this phrase. एक तो होता है डायरेक्ट दे दो, ठीक है, वो ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट होता है because if you have not heard of it, how will you answer it? But sometimes like they give you in a sentence and then ask us. Discovering a hidden talent for painting was a bolt from the blue. Okay, a useless item. Like if you go by this, maybe a useless item might fit, right? Who had never explored artistic. So this accountant has never explored artistic pursuits, so maybe a useless item. Narrow scape does not make sense here. A difficult problem could be the one, but the actual meaning of this, a bolt from the blue, is something unexpected. Okay, so it is something which is unexpected. And then a bolt from the blue. Something unexpected happens, that is called bolt from the blue. But if the sentence is given, then probably if you do not know the meaning, then you may end up answering one of these also. This is an easy one. This idiom, I'm sure you must have heard of it. After a string of rejections, he finally realized that every cloud has a single lining, silver lining, where he land when he landed his dream job. So let's put this thing कि after a string of rejections he finally realized a period of misfortune. Okay, when he lands into his dream job he will not realize a period of misfortune. Contextual तो कभी नहीं होगा, like getting a job is not easy, that is definitely not the answer. Okay, from a higher position to lower position, that also does not make sense. Actually the meaning is adverse conditions do not last forever. Okay, so every cloud has a silver lining. So I mean you can think of like cloud has having a silver lining. So cloud is black in color, it has a silver lining, so it basically shows hope. Okay, so in that sense adverse conditions do not last forever. Okay, so here are four sentences. You need to jumble them in the right order. So suddenly they fell into, now they fell should they and there, yeah, they it links to someone, right? So if you see ostrich and emu, right? So it has to be ostrich and emu, and they there would refer to them, right? All right, so it's a simple one. Like we're racing each other, trying to jump out of the pit. Okay, now racing each other across the. So this is a story, very simple story. So they were racing. Okay, suddenly they fell into a deep pit. Okay, now when they fall into the deep pit, they will try to jump out of it, and their squawking, that is the sound they make, brought other animals to the pit. So CADB. That is the order. It was a simple one. I'm sure you must have got it right. This is also easy one. He also advised me to come to table. An English passenger talking kindly to me drew me into conversation. The best part is in this case, it is very easy to identify it, the opening sentence. So, like three sentences have he. Okay, one sentence talks about a person, like an English passenger. So, we can easily eliminate these options. An English passenger talking kindly to me drew me into conversation. Okay, so he took him to conversation. Now, if you see B के साथ एक में A है, एक में D है. So, if we say he also advised, also is used when? Also तब यूज होता है उससे पहले कोई एक चीज की होगी, लाइक ही ऑल्सो एडवाइज्ड, दैट मीन्स ही डिड समथिंग बिफोर ऑल्सो. दिस इज मे बी not his first action, right? This is a something which is called a later action. we do not say he. Agar he advised hota, then it would have been tricky. That what did he do first? He also advised means he did something before, and this is his second action, third action, could be the last action also, like fifth action, anything. But also beginning में use नहीं होता है. So we can easily eliminate this. Now let us check this BDAC. So use options to check the answer. So because in this examination you have this thing that options are given. It is not like CAT wherein you tend to get things wrong. So an English passenger talking kindly to me drew me into conversation. Now how did he draw? He asked him what he ate, what I was, where I was going, and so on. So he asked questions by drawing into conversation. Then what he did? He also advised. So he asked questions, and then the second thing he did was advising the person to come to table. Come to table means to have meal with him. Okay. Then he laughed at my insistence on abjuring meat. Abjuring means to not to take something. Okay, deny something. So meat, and said in a friendly way. So he advised him to come to table. So first he will invite him for a meal. Then only he will laugh at someone. Right. He comes to know that this person does not eat meat. So this BDAC is the right answer. Okay. Now this is a five sentence one, and it is difficult also. So there are five sentences given, and you need to make a paragraph of it. So either you will get four sentence paragraphs or five sentence paragraphs. So primarily you will have error detection, fill in the blanks, okay, and some vocab based synonym, antonyms, idiom phrases, etc. Parajumbles, and all these sort of mix sort of questions apart from RCs. So RC is time consuming and less chances of getting right. So, which is the right order? Cat BE. Okay. Now, see this like Turkey, Turkey, two sentences starting with Turkey. Okay. Turkey is to continue its integration. So that means it is something at the later part. Starting में नहीं आएगा. Okay. So anyway, not given in the starting also. So basically, uh, Turkey has a chance to do this and is to continue to this. So E should ideally come after A, right? But that is not exactly after. Okay. So let us see the other possibilities. The West does not know. So this could also be a starting. Now let us first figure out the like opening sentence. Turkey is to continue its. We have CAE. तो B or D तो नहीं है starting sentence. E, Turkey is to continue its integration. This has a pervasive initial effect on devout women. Okay. Uh, if you see closely, see ban on wearing headscarves on university campuses, and this is something women staying away from higher education. These two have some link between them, isn't it? C or D का कुछ link है? It is related to education because women are not allowed to like there is a ban on wearing headscarves on campuses. Okay, and this talks about the uh, perverse initial effect on devout women staying away from higher education. So this has some link, CD possible link hai. Then, if you go by some hit and trial, Turkey has a chance to blaze the trail for the Muslim world. Okay, E does not look because I told you that Turkey is to continue its integration. So that means there is some integration and it is going to continue. So unlikely. Then A and C are the opening sentences. Uh, A says Turkey has a chance to blaze the trail for the Muslim world, and Islamic governments must respect individual freedom. And then we have E, Turkey is to continue. Then the West does not know quite think of Turkey's proposed ban. Coherence नहीं लग रहा है. If no, so we will have two options left, C and C. Okay, so the West does not know quite what to think. Now I told you that CD is a pair. It talks about wearing headscarves and is related to education. So CD is a pair. Now let us go with it. So in such cases, like where clear cut link is not there, like try to find out link and then figure out that what could be the, so use option C D A B E. So it says the West does not know what to think of Turkey's proposed ban. So this is Turkey is proposing a ban. That is what starting the story. Okay, so this had initial perverse initial effect, and then what happened? Turkey has a chance to blaze the trail for the Muslim world. Islamic governments must respect individual freedom and equality of all citizens. So how is it going to blaze the trail for the Muslim world? And it explains that governments must respect freedom, individual freedom and equality. And then it says that it is to continue its integration into European civilization by adopting liberal values. So it is how it is adopting liberal values. It is banning that the women wearing scarves on in university campuses. Okay, so that makes a proper order. Okay, so first it talks about that there is a proposed ban by Turkey on banning this headscarves and universities, and this initial effect is in a negative sense. Then it has to blaze the trail. Blaze the trail means what does the what is the meaning of blaze the trail? So have something which is never been done before. Okay, something which was opposed basically, and uh, which is like something will set uh, some benchmark for the future. Okay, so that is what it is talking about, that blaze the trail for the Muslim world. Now the Islamic governments will respect individual freedom and equality. So this is the right order. Now usually five sentences one are going to be tricky. Okay, four sentences easy होता है, and if it is like a story based easy होता है, and if they are about like some chronology, so those are easy, but this was a bit tricky one. So if you find such problems which require a lot of effort to figure out what could be the links, try to avoid them in the exam. So you need to improve it. So basically this part needs to be improved unless efforts. So unless efforts are made and the population growth is stabilizes, effort is made, efforts तो ये तो easily wrong है. Efforts are made. Okay, efforts are made and the population growth has stabilized. So we are left with two options. So which one of them will be true? Which one of them will be correct? So two we can reject, two of the options. So whether it is option A or option B. A, B. How many of you say A? How many of you say B? Like, oh, see, we are talking about the present tense, right? So efforts are made. Okay, so we are talking about present. Like, if you see the tense thing, unless efforts are made and the population growth stabilizes, is stabilized, uh, like close call, but it is matching with the tense also. Okay, so population growth stabilizes होना चाहिए. So it matches with the tense also. You must comply the dash rules laid down by the committee. Which preposition fits with comply? So comply comes like with comes after comply. You must comply with the rules. Okay, so preposition based questions fill in the blanks are also asked. Walk carefully, dash you should fall. So if you were to put a word like suppose the blank were not given, you would say walk carefully, otherwise you would fall. Okay, that's what you would say if no option was given, isn't it? You would say that otherwise you would fall. Okay, so the right word that uh, fits here is lest. We generally do not use this word in our communication. We say otherwise, isn't it? हम कहते हैं like walk carefully, otherwise you will fall. So lest is the word which means otherwise. So if like walk carefully, lest you should fall. So that is the right word here. Okay, so this was today's session. We practiced questions on verbal ability and would help you brush some concepts and given some idea that what kind of questions to attempt, what which ones to skip in the paper. Okay, so especially like if uh, a vocab based question which you do not know of, ठीक है, you can skip those questions. or like a long para jumble which is confusing, you can skip it. RCs I would preferably say do not attempt because time is less. यहाँ पे सिर्फ आपके पास 120 minutes होते हैं 160 questions करने के लिए. So you need to be fast in attempting questions. Okay, so here are three questions for you to answer in the comments of this video. One is about a phrase, then two on grammar. So do let me know in the comments that what are the answers to these questions. So let's see that how many of you got, how many of you will get all three of them right. So if you are preparing for CAT 2024, or you know someone who is preparing for CAT 2024, you can recommend our institute to them. Okay, there you get not only the best content but also the most relevant content for all MBA entrance examinations. So this is this was a marathon session. I have already taken sessions for Quant DI along with some techniques how to attempt questions. I'm planning to take another one on LR as well, which I'll do in the afternoon. Okay, so please do subscribe to the channel and keep watch on it. So we'll have a revision session for LR also. LR is a mixed bag of questions here. Okay, and which has questions across different categories. So there you need to be selective. The topics that you know, attempt those. If you do not know a topic, just avoid it. Okay, that is the case with LR there. So again, it is something which is a choosy topic. मतलब हर section में since there are a lot of questions to attempt, okay, try to maximize the score. Also created a video on strategy how to attempt the paper. Okay, so do watch it and attempt it accordingly. There are plenty of questions which should be enough for you to clear the cutoff if you solve the paper in a right way. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको क्वांट अच्छी लगती हो तो क्वांट ही करते जा रहे हैं. It is about picking the right set of questions and maximizing the score. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Goodbye.